Hello, and welcome to Stitch With Me in 2026. This is the first video, not the prompt, but the actual video that shows how I create the structure, the book. I'll show you a sample book, and I'll show you the fabrics that I chose and how I chose them to make my book. You can alter this however you'd like. For example, I use one type of fabric for the book front and book back, and then one type for the pages and the inside covers. I also use a different fabric for the spine. You can vary that however you like. You can use different fabric for everything. You can use the same fabric for everything and anywhere in between. You can also do this out of paper and use it as a mixed media prompt, maybe in an art journal. You don't have to use fabric if that isn't your medium. And also, if you want to incorporate paper into your books, well, that's an interesting topic as well. So let's get started. Let me show you the project, the skeleton book for 2026. So this is the prototype for the book. This is one that I do as a practice version to get my skeletal structure correct. My book that I do throughout 2026 is not going to look like this, but there's nothing wrong with this book. It's just these are different fabrics, not the ones I'm going to use. However, the book is going to resemble this with a basic structure. So there'll be a cover and a back cover. There'll be a spine that goes around the outside of the book, as well as a hidden spine inside the book. And I'll show you these procedures as we go through the year. There'll be inside pages, and I chose to do the inside page the same fabric as my book pages. Completely optional. There are so many variations you can do here that you'll really make this your own. The other thing that I did this year, as opposed to last year, is I tucked and folded the seams, the edges. I didn't want that raw edge this year. There's nothing wrong with the raw edge. I do that quite frequently. But this year, I wanted something different. It is more of a challenge, but I wanted to do that. So each of the pages open up, and each page, not including the back page here, but this will be a prompt. Of course, you can carry over and you can modify this however works for you. This is your journey, your book, and your art piece. So I'll have prompt 1, prompt 2, and so on throughout the book. So the meat of the book, the 6 pages in the center, are our prompts, and they'll be dual-sided. We'll create each page individually, and then at the end, attach it. If you'd like to attach it throughout the year, and get a little head start on completing the book, go right ahead. And I'll probably do that, and I'll make videos to show you that process. So I really, really love this format of the book. I actually say that every year because I love each format, but I'm quite excited to get started with 2026. Let me show you a little bit more in depth about how I choose my fabrics for the book. I'm going to choose colors, and I choose them based on some fabric that I just fell in love with. So this is my inspiration fabric, and you're looking at the entirety that I have of it. It's just a strip. I think I got it in a grab bag from a quilt shop, and it's not my usual colors, although the blue and turquoise certainly are, but this rust and this almost burgundy and coral, oh, beautiful. I love it. And so maybe this is the year for me to step out of my comfort zone and really branch out in baby steps. So this is my color scheme. I'm going to obviously modify it to make it more like me. So I guess maybe I won't be branching out as much as I thought originally, but let me show you what I have. So the first thing I did was choose my cover. I happen to have an abundance of these fabrics, and this fabric I've been saving. I don't have a lot of it, but I have enough of it. It's just a beautiful print, and I love that it's neutral. I like neutrals because I feel like they can be embellished to be dramatic, to continue to be neutral, and I just think it's such a sweet image. To go with that, coordinate, I have this fabric. It's a little different, it's a little warmer, but it picks up on those colors. So this is going to be my cover and my pages. I just like the way these interact, they play together, and I just think that this is so striking by comparison that it's going to work for me. So now that I've shown you my cover and my pages, let me show you how I pick my fabrics based on this. So I start with the blue. It's my favorite color. I just get the blue, the green, Everybody has an opinion on which color it falls into. I think it's both. I have the red. I have a little brown here. Of course, I have this beautiful orange because, my goodness, look at that combination. To me, that is screaming to me this year. And then I have black. Now, I always like to add white. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I do like the contrast that it provides. And I use white, that's white on white patterns, whatever I have in my stash, and plain white. And I just go through my cutoffs and my stash and see what I have. So I'll set this aside, the whites. I like to extrapolate further, and of course, you know that I just love that blue. So I went through my stash of scraps and found lots of blues I can use. So now I have all these piles of color and fabrics. It's kind of like a palette of paints. And I'll set these aside inside my bin to use throughout 2026 for this challenge. These fabrics are now protected, and I keep them safe in a box, and I go through them to use throughout the year. I might incorporate other fabrics as I see fit, but I am confident to say that 99% of my book will be made with these fabrics. Let me show you a few other things that I have. So now to start off the year, I like to pull aside some things I think I might use. Threads in the coordinating colors, embroidery floss, pearl cotton. That's a given for me. You can, of course, just use a sewing machine or standard thread, but I do like to play with stitches, embroidery, imperfect stitches. And then I just have a few things that I set aside. I have pins on a pin cushion, but I really like clamps. I just get poked all the time. I have some trim in colors, wouldn't you know it, the blue to coordinate. And I love using lace. So this off-white lace, well, it's a great jumping in point for me. I also have this that I found at a thrift store. They call it lingerie braid. I just thought it was beautiful trim. And, you know, it was my color, so I gravitated towards it anyway. I've got my tools and my markers. And then in my stash, I've had this piece of ribbon that I've been hoarding. It is just so beautiful, and I want to use it. And why not? It's not quite the colors I have in my book, but if I can use it, I will. So anything I gravitate towards now, I'll set aside and stick in my bin, my Stitch With Me in 2026 bin. The next stage is cutting all my fabric, which I like to do ahead of time, for the pages, the cover, the inner spine, and the outer spine. So let's get started with that. So the first thing I do is make a template. I just took a piece of scrap cardboard and I cut it 7 by 6. This is the size I'm going to cut my fabric to for my pages. So I go in, I cut all my pages, my covers, my inside cover. I will cut my outer spine according to the measurements, and those will be listed below in the description, and then my inner spine. And I make my inner spine a lot longer than it needs to be. And I added some interfacing for the backing just to make it extra thick. And then I've already made the accordion fold. So I have my interfacing, and then I just fold it. So I leave a little bit of an extra lip, maybe 2 to 3 inches, and then I fold it about 1.25 inches. And I just fold it up and down, over and under. I've marked it and folded it. And then to store it, since I'm not going to attach it for many months, I just take my clips. I want to impress the memory on the fold. You don't have to do this ahead of time. I like to do it ahead of time. This is my signal that this is my spine. It's not going to show. So I used fabric that I had that I didn't really cherish very much. And I'll set this aside in my bin. It's good for me to know that I've got this all ready. And so when I want to start attaching my book, at the end of the year, I'll have my spine ready to go. So I cut out 12 pages according to the larger measurement, the 7 by 6 inches. You can modify this measurement, but each of the pages will be the same. And I chose to use the same fabric for the inside cover as the pages. These are my cover fabrics, my cover and my back. And I just love this little sweet pattern here. This is upholstery fabric, so I didn't need to back it. If it was flimsier, I would have backed it with some interfacing, but that's an optional step. I'm going to set aside my covers with that spine because I'm not going to use them for a while. Now the outer spine, I chose my bold color here. It's 5.5 by 8 inches, and I cut it into a neat square. I am going to fold it and work on the seams, but not for a while. So this I can also set aside with my covers and my spine. I also am going to set aside 2 of these pages. Those will be the inside covers. Now, these pages are just the fabric. I did not put the interfacing on them. When I start doing the prompts, I may or may not add interfacing, and I'll do that each month and show you my steps. I'm going to save my template in case I have to cut another page or any reason. I'll just save it for the year. And then I have my finished size page, which is 6 by 5, again, on a piece of scrap cardboard. And when I go to create each of the prompts, I'm going to take the template, set it down, and either mark it or just press my seams inward. So I have a little overlap here. It allows me to work with those pages nicely. So you want to cut your fabric, ideally all your pages so you have them ready to go. Your inside covers, which can be any page fabric you want, can match, it can be complementary, it can be completely different. You can make your pages out of different fabrics. Anything goes, it's up to you. You want to have your outer spine, which would be your treasured fabric, your 2 covers, front and back, and then your inner spine. So once you have all those, the next thing we do is start our first prompt, coming on January 1st. Can't wait to see you then. So that's how I chose my fabrics for Stitch With Me in 2026. I really am excited about getting started. For our Facebook group, feel free to post the fabrics that you want to work with, maybe the color scheme, maybe some cherished fabric you have, or even a cherished accessory like trim or ribbon or buttons. Oh, so exciting. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. And thanks for joining me today.